G'day there YouTube, this is JO6RE3 here with yet another JK's Wonders from Down Under coming to you live from the JO6RE3 channel. Look, I know it's been a while since I've last posted and I realise this is really old news, but I had to wait for a few things to come through. For one, my internet again decided to crash. I have no idea why it did that, but can't be helped. Then I was in Barwon Heads for the weekend and had no internet connection. And then I heard about another story happening which was slightly related, so I kind of wanted to wait until that came through and I got all the details of that. And then I had to wait till I came back to Sale where the internet connection is. Okay, so this is going, like I said, it's going to be a two-part story. The first one's going to be again on Quade Cooper, because he's been rejected by every single NRL club. Apparently people aren't really happy about the fact that he's very hit and miss. You know, he's a great player when he plays well, and then he plays like shit. Well, essentially every single NRL club has rejected him. And now Quade Cooper's looking at going into boxing. Well, he is in boxing. He's on the Sonny Bill Williams card, the undercard. And now there's talk about him possibly doing rugby union in France. He's kind of going the way of Matt Guiteau. He's left Australia and then went to play in France. From what I've heard, Matt Guiteau's coming back to Australian rugby union though, so we're all good there. So yeah, he's going into boxing now, and a lot of people I've talked to, well, they think it's kind of an insult to professional boxers, and every time someone brings this up, that rugby union and rugby league players can't box because they're not boxers. It's like a boxer coming into rugby league and saying, guess what, I'm going to be the best rugby league player there ever damn was. Two words, Anthony Mundine. He was a player for the St. George Illawarra Dragons, an NRL club. He pretty much did the same thing Quade Cooper's doing. He left rugby league with, well, a lot of hate and went into boxing, and people, well, I think a lot of people actually didn't agree with him going into boxing, and he became a world champion, a multiple-time world champion, and even beat the current world champion, and so, you know, Danny Green. So I think people pigeonholing Cooper as someone who can't box because he plays rugby is quite unfair. Having said that, it is a little bit of an insult that he instantly gets put on a semi-big card when there's club fighters out there who have been boxing since they were 20 and are now, you know, in their mid-30s who have never even gotten a break. So I can see why quite a lot of people are, well, insulted by this. But to be fair, it's not like it hasn't happened before. Okay, the second story I want to talk about is something that is kind of related, as in it's related to the rugby union. And that's about Israel Folau. For anyone who has been living under a rock or hasn't really paid that much attention, Israel Folau left AFL earlier this year after the Greater Western Sydney season, playing, I think, like, really 2 years of his contract, if you count like the preseason crap that they went through last year. So he's left, and there was a lot of talk for a while about him going to Parramatta, namely because he'd been seen talking with Ricky Stewart, who's now the Parramatta coach. Plus, Israel Folau's brother plays for Parramatta, so there was talk about the two Folau brothers playing for Parramatta. That's not the case. Recently, he signed on a contract with the Waratahs, which is an Australian rugby union team playing the Super 15s competition. He'll be playing for them next year, start of the year. The main reason he wanted to play this is because he wanted to be a Wallaby. Now, quite honestly, I'm a little disappointed that he didn't go to league because, well, I know there was big talks about Parramatta and they were the favourites. But I kind of entertained the fact that, well, hey, if he comes to league, there's a chance he might come to the Cowboys. And Well, we're losing quite a lot of players at the end of next year, or quite possibly. There's talk about Jonathan Thurston going to either Brisbane or Canterbury. There's talk about Matt Bowen possibly retiring. You know, there's all these... Oh, not to mention we lost Aaron Payne at the end of this year. So, you know, we've lost, or at least are losing, a lot of big players. Oh, Seguiara, that's another guy who's left. He's gone to Penrith this year. But having said that, I've seen the shambles that the Wallabies have been in really recently. I gotta say, I'm actually kind of happy with the move. Just a little disappointed he didn't go to the Reds, which is the Queensland team, being that he is a Queenslander. But hey, you know what? In the end, it helps the Wallabies. I'm quite happy to see him wear the green and gold. Hey, this has been a J603 production. Prepare for a little bit more inactivity, at least over the next week, because I'm going to Adelaide for a couple of days. If I find time, I might do a recording from Adelaide and post it up as like a special video if I can. Having said that, will probably be delayed anyway, and we'll probably come up with a bunch of other videos. But either way, this has been a J603 production. I am, as always, J603, the host of JK's Wonders from Down Under, coming to you live from the J603 channel, and I say live in inverted commas. I know it's not really live. You don't need to get about it. Yeah, this is, like I said, it's been a production. I'll be back with more sports stories later on, I guess. Catch you later.